Hello, I'm going to be sharing with you how I've used visible learning Mindframes to improve my remote reading intervention teaching with first through third graders. My project focused on 3 Mindframes and specific goals to increase my impact on student learning. The first Mindframe I targeted was number 9. I build relationships and trust so learning can occur in a place where it is safe to make mistakes and learn from others. My goal with this mind frame was to build time into every lesson for relationship building. In order to meet that goal, I included a student choice of greeting at the beginning of every meeting and asked every student a question of the day to get to know them better. The second mind frame I targeted was explicitly informing students what successful impact looks like from the outset, mind frame number 8. In order to do this, to meet that goal, I wrote learning goals and success criteria for every lesson and reviewed the goals and criteria with students at the beginning, middle, and end of each lesson. And finally, the last mind frame I targeted was number 3, which is to collaborate with my peers and my students about my conceptions of progress and my impact. My goal for the end of the year with that was to just work with other educators to help me develop my practice. In order to meet that goal, I met with another educator to have them give me feedback on my teaching practice. That is what this is about. So, what happened with all this? Talking about building relationships, Mindframe number 9, it has been great. Since I build that time into my lesson every day to greet students and ask them a question, this naturally leads to sometimes more of a conversation, getting to know a little bit more about them. And even though we've been working remotely, we have great relationships. My students feel comfortable working with me. They feel comfortable making mistakes because they know I'm there to help them and I'm a person that's interested in their well-being and helping them move forward in their learning. So I would say that that one was successful and I will continue to do it for sure. The second mind frame that I've worked with was informing students on what successful impact looks like from the outset. This is writing the learning targets and the success criteria. This has been awesome also. What has happened with this is I incorporate it into every lesson. So at the beginning, not only am I 100% fully aware of the reason for the lesson, but the students are as well. So there's no question, there's no one saying, why do we have to learn this? Because they can see right there why we're learning it and how they can show me they've already learned it. So if someone starts the lesson, they say, I already know how to do this, I'll say, great, let's go to these success criteria and you can show me if you can do it. We're going to move on because we don't need to stick with this if you already know it. And it's been great. I am going to continue to do this, and it really helps focus what the point of the lesson is. Finally, working with other educators has been helpful. It is always uncomfortable showing somebody else what you do, but it is great to hear both positive and constructive feedback because I know in the end it is going to make me a better teacher and it's going to help my students learn better because if I'm a better teacher, they will most likely learn more. So I found this to be a great activity and I appreciate the chance to do it because all of it just helps me reflect on what I'm doing, what I could do better, and the growth of my students. That's the whole point, making myself better so that they can be better. So thank you for watching.